So the great thing about a mini cut is it's not an overwhelming amount of time. This is something that you can do anywhere from about 2 to 6 weeks, see a good amount of results without really feeling like you're having to, overly diet down or suffer for the long haul. So what is the purpose of a mini cut or a mini diet? Who is it for? How long should I do it? And then really, how do I do it? So the purpose of a mini cut or mini diet is actually twofold, and it really works for two different people. First person, you are just brand new to this world, brand new to the weight, losing weight, fitness, things of that nature. Or the second individual is you have a little bit more experience under your belt. This first part of it can be more for the newer individual, okay? So for the advanced person, check out the timestamp below and I'll have the outlines of what I'd recommend for you to do. And if you're brand newer to this world, I'd still watch some of the stuff for the advanced individual, because eventually you stay in this long enough, you're gonna get there too. So why would you want to do a mini cut? So right off the bat, a mini cut is good for you because if you're brand new to this world, the thought of doing a 3-month, 6-month, or a year-long diet and a year, 3 months, 6 months, or a year of saying no kind of feels like punishment. It feels like you're gonna be living this life of deprivation, of always having to say no to things, and that's not very encouraging, all right? Because really, fitness is a lifestyle. It takes time to learn this lifestyle. It takes time to learn your lifestyle. So a mini cut will be great because for you, it's kind of dipping your toe into it and just learning a little bit more about what the life is like and what you can and can't do. So the question is how long should it be? I found for the beginner about 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks is a good sweet spot for you to do your mini cut or your mini diet. And let me explain why. Because 4 to 6 weeks is not long. It's one of those to where it's long enough that you're gonna see some change, but it's not so long it feels daunting and overwhelming. You can see a light at the end of the tunnel. So the next question is, well, how do I do this? You're gonna want to, right off the bat, start tracking your calories. Hey guys, you're gonna have to track regardless, just get over it right now. Just accept it. Track your calories, but from there, you're gonna learn how many calories you're currently eating, and I want you to cut anywhere from 10% to 25% of your calories. How far you go is particularly up to you. If you're new, starting with 10 or 15% is good. If you feel a little bit more confident, you can go to 25%. I do find when a person goes 25% calorie cut, hey, you're gonna feel a little bit more. Your goal is just to focus on cutting the calories as of this present moment. Make good decisions with your eating and cut the calories on that one. You're probably wondering, well, how come you just didn't give me like a calorie number? How come it wasn't, hey, cut 500 calories, 750 calories, or 1,000 calories? Truth be told, guys, everyone's different. People, a 1,000 calorie cut, some individuals will work well with, such as your bigger individuals. But if you're a little smaller and you only need to lose about 10, 15 pounds, a 1,000 calorie cut per day will be too much for you at this point in time. Again, track your calories, just see how many you're currently taking in on a day-to-day basis, and then go up anywhere from about 10%, 25% reduction from there. Now, to top that thing off, here's what I want you to do. Once you are eating fewer calories, I'm gonna want you to actually increase your activity level. This doesn't necessarily mean go work out more, but what I'm gonna want you to do, and this will help you a ton, it sounds so simple what I'm about to tell you. I want you to go on a brisk walk anywhere from 3 to 5 times a week for at least 45 minutes, preferably an hour. Let me explain why. Number one, I find it is a lot better and you're gonna have a lot more success out of a mini cut being more active versus having to starve yourself or feel like you're starving the fat off of you. I don't like constantly having an individual brand new to this world, constantly focusing on eating less, eating less, eating less. It's just not a good way to live. Instead, and that's my opinion, I would rather you learn to be more active. And the big reason why is, number one, if you are more active, you'll notice after those walks, your chance of going on a bender or eating out of boredom or eating out of emotion goes way down because one, you're too busy. I find that when people do that on a frequent basis, again, you don't have time to go eat out of boredom. You don't have time to eat, out of emotion because you're busy. You get home, you take a shower, you do your nightly routine, you're probably going to bed by then. And two, you don't want to screw it up. That's the kicker. You don't want to screw that up after you've already worked out, you've eaten so good all day, and then you do your walk. You're least likely to want to go eat because you don't want to screw that thing up. Again, if you're new to this world, being more active in addition to reducing your calories You will have more of a positive experience, see better results from your mini diet, mini cut, and overall, it helps ensure that you're least likely to go on a massive bender. Side note, if you do find that, hey, Travis, on the weekends I tend to binge a lot, I tell you what, make sure you do those brisk walks or those slow cardio sessions, whatever you want to call them, on the weekends, because this will kind of help deflect and deter those weekend benders. And in fact, for a lot of the RTC members, when we have to structure out a lot of their eating plans, we actually will have majority of their bigger workouts on the weekends for two reasons. Number one, that's when most people don't work on the weekends, so they have more time to do longer workouts. And then number two, because you're going to save more time for longer workout, it actually keeps you from going on those benders knowing that you're probably going to have, it's Saturday night. It keeps you from going on a big bender on a Saturday night knowing you're probably going to have to work out sometime Sunday. What about the advanced individual? This part is for you. Okay, so how long, if you have been working out, you've been in the fitness industry for several years, you're kind of down right around a good healthy weight, maybe could stand to lose 10, 20 pounds to be where you're at. So how long should your mini cut be? I find anywhere for individuals such as you, as short as 2 weeks, as long as 6 weeks, all right? Personally, particularly up to you and your particular goals. So what do you want to reduce your calories by? I find that people that have been in the fitness industry for a long minute, you can actually tend to go a little bit more on the aggressive side because you understand the world, you understand how you're going to feel. So knowing right off the bat, one, how many calories you're eating on the first place is going to help you. After that, go about 15 to 25% calorie reduction. Same thing, there is no magic, reduce your calories by 500 or reduce your calories by 1,000 because everyone is individualistic. Make sure at this present time, guys, you're also removing all the junk food and the fun food that you may have had that made you feel a little puffy and bloated, things of that nature. For you as well, because ironically for a lot of people, even though that you've been working out for several years, you still have whims, you still have weak moments, you still have moments to where you have one Oreo cookie that turns into the sleeve of Oreos, or next thing you know, you're doing Uber Eats and you're doing DoorDash and you're ordering things you probably typically shouldn't. Hey, we all have it. One thing I would encourage you to do as well is to get out, and same thing that I've recommended to the people that are newer to this world, go on brisk walks. Do more lower steady state cardio, keeping your heart around 60 to 65 beats per your max heart rate. Hopefully you have a heart rate monitor if you're in that state, or maybe even using something like your watch, personally up to you. And do that for at least 45 minutes to an hour in addition to currently what you're doing with your weight training session. This will do two things. One, it'll actually help you burn more calories. Yes, you're more active, you're gonna burn more calories. And then two, again, you're least likely to go on that bender and least likely to go eat the Oreos and least likely to order the food that you shouldn't be ordering because one, you're not gonna wanna screw it up. And number two, you're too busy. And sometimes, especially for those of you that know that you're gonna go through a little bit of a harder diet, a harder cut, being busy keeps you from thinking about food and keeps you eating from emotion. Why would you want to do this? Why would you want to do a mini cut? Well, for people that are really into the world of trying to enhance a little bit more of their physique and, show off some of the results that you've been busting your ass for in the gym, the mini cut will do a couple things. One, it reduces inflammation, so gut inflammation. It will help reduce a lot of water retention. It'll help you feel better. Two, resets you up here. Again, so it resets you up here and you can go back on track and go back to, gaining your good quality muscle, changing your physique, and seeing the good results. So here's probably the most important part that I hope everyone does watch on this video is, what do you do after the mini cut? So for the first individual, what you should do is one, do not go back to doing what you're doing in the first place. Because let's be honest, that's why you're here. You're here because of the way you're living. What I hope that you do, especially for those of you that are newer to this world, is that you, in that short 4 to 6 week time frame that I recommended for you, is that you get a chance to learn a little bit more about your body. You get a chance to learn what foods made you feel good versus what foods didn't make you feel good. It starts giving you to open your eyes about, hey, I was eating more out of boredom than out of emotion. You'll start realizing that, hey, I don't need to eat cereal before bed. And when I don't do that, I actually feel so much better. It gives you an idea to go, hey, these protein shakes here aren't that bad. In fact, I kind of enjoyed them. We actually call them super shakes here at RTC, so on this one. So that's what I hope happens for you on this one. But for the advanced individual, hey, use the advantages that you're going to get that with your hormones kind of being reset, everything becoming a little bit more hormone sensitive again to where your body's going to respond better to the iron. Your body's going to be like a sponge and soak in some of the extra calories that you're going to now give it, and you're going to see more progress in the gym. Now guys, the mini cut is just one of personally my favorite ways to do this. Could you go longer? You most definitely can go longer. It's truly dependent per person, but if you're new to this world or you just want to see some short-term results, it's perfectly fine and okay to do short-term blocks of dieting, anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 weeks. Perfectly fine and okay to do that. Do those, get some good results, and use that as a tool to help you along with your transformational journey.